Jaguars look to defend their home field tonight after dominating in Week 1 against Matanzas. Tonight, the Crusaders will host Episcopal with quarterback Derek Heidemann leading the way. Kickoff at 7 o'clock. Hear the game live on 92.5 FM. Following them, Bulls is ready for redemption as they struggled against Reigns last week and travel tonight to Trinity Christian. Kickoff will be at 7:30. Catch the game live on 10:10 a.m. It's 91 degrees at 2 o'clock. Time and temp brought to you by Bueller Air and Plumbing. Stay cooler with Bueller.
1010 XL is presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
Attention.
They are not ready for prime time.
Prime time. That's the name.
Prime time.
What time is it? Showtime prime time.
It's XL Primetime. Featuring Joe C.
I reduced my toilet paper down to 3 squares.
Matt Hayes.
Big asses and big thighs, yeah.
And Leon Searcy.
Bringing you love, peace, and soul.
How you like me now? How you like me now?
Oh, is there a better way to wrap up the week? The first week of ball, an XL Primetime? No, I think not. Matt Hayes, the all-pro offensive tackle, Leon Searcy, the quarterback, Cleo Lemon, and our coach, Dave Campbell, will be around in hour number 2. We are bringing you ball for the next 2 hours. Strap in. We are ready to go. We had some college football last night. We're going to talk about that. We'll get into more of the weekend's first games, including, yes, the big one in Gainesville, Miami, and Florida. We're going to talk about the Jags, of course, week off before the season begins. We're going to break that down. A lot going on this first full weekend of football.
Yeah, bro.
In college football.
Yeah, ball to your
real
fall,
quick,
baby.
some quick assessment from you about the 2 games that really meant a lot last night, that being Colorado and North Dakota State, and, of course, North Carolina and Minnesota. Some quick thoughts from you on those games.
Well, listen, first of all, Shedeur Sanders and Travis Hunter are 2 of the most dynamic quarterbacks right now, 2 of the most dynamic players for this week that I've seen. I mean, the passing of Shedeur and Travis Hunter, listen, he's going to be a top 10 pick, but where's he going to play? I mean, he's dynamic as a wide receiver. He's locked down as a corner. I mean, the only thing, he had over 100 plays last night, bro. Over 100 plays last night. And, I mean, it was a fist fight. I told everybody, where I was watching the game, I told everybody, I said, listen, it's not going to, because it was favored by 10.5. I said, listen, they're not going to blow this team out. Yeah. I mean, this team is going to fist fight them all the way towards the end. I mean, they had to win the game. Still a little concerned about that Colorado defense, bro. They gave up a lot.
There's a lot of things about Colorado I'm still concerned about, but yeah.
They gave a lot of yards. But, I mean, as far as, Cleo, you tell me about Shedeur Sanders. I mean, were you impressed with the way he plays the game?
So my question is, who's going to be the Heisman candidate? Who they going to push? They're going to push Shedeur. They're going to push,
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, Shedeur looked really good.
He looked
last
nice,
night, man.
He did.
And Travis Hunter was probably the best player in the field.
Yeah.
But Shedeur, my gosh,
he did.
If they were just a little bit better on defense, and they could protect him, like they were struggling with a much smaller North Dakota State line than what they're going to see in the Big 12. But man, if they can protect him, he's going to put up some numbers.
So I would say this: if anyone,
because Horn's a good player too on the outside.
Oh yeah, absolutely. They're loaded, but your dog Sapp gonna have to get the D line right. He gonna have to, what I mean? Sapp gonna have to get the boys going.
Yeah. I mean, because listen, they get. Shoot, they got 2 Miami Hurricane coaches out there.
I know it.
What's his name? Damian Lewis. Damian Lewis and Warren Sapp.
Yeah.
Both of those guys out there. Yeah, their defense is. I mean, they struggle stopping the run. They struggle with the RPOs. Even they gave up big plays down the field. They couldn't get any pass rush, really. The only time they really got any pass rush is when they brought like 6 or 7. Right. They couldn't get in with the front 4.
Right.
And so if you can't get with the front 4 against a team like that, when you get against the big dogs, man, you're going to have to take a lot of chances. You're going to put a lot of pressure on and get back in.
And it's going to be a high score. And, in the Big 12, they're going to score a lot of points. Mm-hmm. So it's going to be a bunch of shootouts. And hopefully, they got the tools to outlast a lot of teams.
Mm-hmm. I'll just tell you this. Granted, North Dakota State is an FCS school. They're an elite FCS school. They've won 6 of the last, I think, 8 or 9 national championships. They're big time. They would be right around probably middle of the pack or bottom of the pack in the Big 12. And that's without the advantages of knowing you're recruiting at the FBS level. right now. I'll say this: there's a long way to go for Colorado. There's no doubt about it. Okay, and I think it's how committed will Dion be to that. Like once Shedeur leaves, and he will leave after this year because he's a top 10 pick. Once he leaves, how much more committed will Dion be? And I think that's the big question right now, because there's a lot going on right now in that program. A lot. There's a lot of stuff on the field, off the field. His son's in Kentucky Fried Chicken commercials with him. He does commercials for insurance. He talks about, NIL and money, and that's great. All that is great. I don't mind any of that because I think the players should get as much money as they can get. My whole thing is it's almost like it's a distraction for him. Like that's more important than the football program. And I know he can be a good coach. We saw what he did at Jackson State. Mm-hmm. He won 2 conference championships. He turned that thing around. He got so much money invested into that program by big name sponsors. I'm talking American Airlines, Walmart, Procter & Gamble. They all gave money to completely change those facilities. So I know he can do it. And that's the thing that I think really bothers me more than anything is I think Dion can be a transformational coach on and off the field, or he could be a guy that has had such an impact. He could convince university presidents, he could convince presidents outside his conference that they need to schedule annual non-conference games against HBCU schools, because those 21 football-playing HBCU schools are dying. They need the money. And what better way to get that money to help those programs survive than by FCS schools giving them their payday games of $1 million plus? That's $1 million plus into their coffers. Mm-hmm. Like imagine how that could help those programs. Like Dion is the kind of transformational guy that could do that. And I think my whole thing is I think his eye is not on the ball. I think it's on too many other things instead of where it should be or could be. That's kind of my thing with
Well, I mean, Dion has to understand, and listen, I got caught up in this too when I was at FIU and I was coaching. I thought because of all my success, all my confidence, all my moxie, all my swagger, that somehow that was going to rub off on these players. And most of the time it doesn't. You think the players that you're coaching, how you coach them, you think that that's going to rub off on them. Only way that it's going to rub off on them is that you got to recruit those kind of players. Yes. Get them in-house. It ain't it ain't about X's and O's. It's about Jimmy's and Joe's. It's about Jimmy. Yeah, you got to work. You got to put in that time.
You know that. You did.
Yeah, you got to put in that time, bro. You absolutely got to put in that time. And if you look at Dion right now, everything, when it comes to his roster, everything is interchangeable through the portal. He brought in 42. Well,
80 for this. Put this way, 82 of the 85 scholarship players in year one last year at Colorado were new players. This year he brought in 42 new players.
Yeah, 42 new players.
So that's 100. And that's 124 new players in 2 years.
And you told me, I think about a month ago, you told me that as far as recruiting goes, they were like 69th.
Yeah, worse than that.
Worse, it was
high school recruiting.
Yeah, high school recruiting. Yeah. It was terrible. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got to be, that portal, it can be overutilized.
It's just got to be supplemental.
Yeah, it's got to be supplemental.
You got to build through high school recruiting.
It should not be the building block in which you build your program on. I still think it's high school kids in development.
And you do have to be careful, too, because, in state, you want to see those kids, your homegrown kids on the field as well. And if you're always bringing in kids from out of state and you got these season ticket holders who's sitting there in state and they seeing all this great talent on Friday night that's playing and it's not playing on Saturday afternoon, that's another issue that could come up.
Oh, yeah.
But, to his credit, he did, figure out that Travis Hunter was a beast. And I think that he's kind of molded him in his eye, right? Mm-hmm. He sees him with that generational type talent, has him playing both ways. It's a lot of reps for an entire season. We're going to see how his body holds up. But for the most part, I think he's in it for this year.
Yeah.
After this season, it's going to be really interesting to see what he does after that.
I think some agent, runner, whatever you want to call it, has got to get in Travis's ear and say, stop playing defense. Stop playing 100-plus plays a game. And you're going to get hurt. Just play receiver. Where now Brandon Ayuk just signed a deal worth $120 million. Receivers are getting the elite receivers are getting $30 million per average. Mm-hmm. Elite corners are getting 22, 23.
Yeah.
Stop playing defense.
Well, yeah.
Right?
Yeah, but I mean, defense is his first love, isn't it?
It may be.
Yeah, but
he's a really good receiver.
I love to see him. I just scored him touchdowns. I love to see him touchdown celebrations.
Oh yeah.
That's what I love.
Yeah,
to
those
see.
are sweet.
That
third touchdown catch when he picked that off the defender's helmet and pulled it in?
I saw that. Yeah,
Bro, that's rare.
That's a thing of beauty. And I think another clear-cut advantage that he may have over going up against DBs, but having been one, is his angles. His angles or his route running when it comes, because he's probably, whatever he's running, he's probably already seen it. And when he's going up against these different DBs, I mean, because he's played the position, he knows how to get them off tilt when he runs his route.
But the thing is, and this is what I explained to you guys, is, and I want to get your thoughts on it, is, 3 years ago when Travis Hunter was coming out of high school, he was the number 1 overall recruit. He had committed to play at Florida State. And Deion got him off that commitment to go play at FCS Jackson State. Mm-hmm. So you can say all you want about, well, they paid him and he got NIL money. Guess what? He would have got it at Florida State too. Mm-hmm. Or he would have got it at Alabama, or he would have got it at Ohio State. He recruited that kid to Jackson State. So then my question then becomes is, how is it not translating to other kids going to Colorado? It's a much easier pitch to go to Colorado, much easier. So it's about work. How badly do you want it?
Well, I mean, I'm sure Deion, being the elite, being coined the lockdown corner. Travis Hunter, when he came out of high school, he was a cornerback, right? So who else would you rather be under the tutelage
I get all of that.
But Deion Primetime
my point
Sanders.
is Deion, with that charisma and that dynamic personality, he walks into a living room. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Like, if you're a family, he walks into your living room. I don't care what position you play. You're like, whoa. And he is a real dude. There's nothing fake about him. Doesn't cuss, doesn't drink, doesn't smoke. He is as real as it gets. He's walking around the sideline, literally wearing his faith on his sweater. He's got the buff sweater, and on the right side of his arm, it says JC, for Jesus Christ. Literally wearing his faith on his sweater. He is the guy that parents want to come in the room and talk about their kids and developing their kids into young men. How is he not recruiting well to Colorado? It has to be work. It has to be they're not working hard enough.
Well, to rebut that is that all those kids that got let out of the Colorado program, they're speaking now. They're talking. There's the gibberish about how Deion treated them while they were there. So, of course, there's going to be backlash. As much as we praise Deion for what he does and all the charisma, a lot of those, you got to remember now, when you bring in 42 more other players, right, that means 42 other players got to go.
Right.
So they're not silent. They're giving you a testimony of what it really is like in Colorado. So I can only imagine those social media tidbits or those interviews that those kids are saying about Deion once they've been there 1 year and now they've been kicked out after 1 year.
But there's bitter guys on every roster, right? That if they don't make it, they're going to talk.
But I would also say, too, he does have both of his sons playing, right? And he has his other son that's around video and all that. I think once the two sons that are playing, once they leave, I think we'll see where he is with recruiting. Because now he'll be able to recruit that top-tier quarterback. Nobody wants to go and sit behind Shedeur right now, right? Because they know he's going to be taking all the reps. He's going to get all the shine.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So once those two leave, and now he can get in his core and see where he can go with that, I think more players will be welcoming into that program without his sons being there. Because I think that might be a problem.
By the way, Shiloh, he's average.
Yeah.
And he had like 3 late hits and finally got called for the third one. Was finally called for.
Yeah.
He's not that good.
Right. Yeah. It'll be very interesting to see how Deion the coach becomes once his kids leave. Because here's the one thing he won't do. You had mentioned it earlier, is that you bring in all these transfer guys and you don't keep the base within Colorado at some capacity. You start to offend those high school coaches.
Yes.
So now those high school coaches, it might be kids coming out of there, 4 or 5-star kids coming out of there, say, man, they not looking at us. Well, why should we? Because just like in Florida State, Miami, you want the base is here. All right. So you want to make sure you have a nice mixture of your guys in state that come into your school, because if you got all these guys from other different states, you offend those high school coaches. They'll tell their kids that 5, 4-star kids, hey, listen, go somewhere else. Well, if you don't take care of the base.
Yeah. And this is another thing. I don't know how true this is, but I've heard that he doesn't leave his office. He doesn't leave the campus to recruit. So everyone he brings to campus, that's how he touches them. It's on campus. And you have to get out there. To your point, you got to go to these high schools. You got to go sit in these coaches' offices. You got to go to these parents' home and sit in their living room. I don't know how much of that he's doing.
And he's had some medical issues recently, so that I can understand him not going to some homes and doing that. I see this as almost, and this isn't right, but this is the way it looks from the outside looking in. He's focused so much on his kids right now at Colorado. And I want to see what it's like. Like, I think when they leave and if he stays, then he's all at that point on the program. It's all about the program at that point.
Mm-hmm.
I think the best thing that could happen is we're going to see what happens after they leave. Think about this. Last night, did you see the clock management from them in the last minute and a half?
Yeah,
of the game?
why did he throw the ball?
That
the
was
first
Shedeur
down?
changing the play at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah.
Because he wanted to get a player, one of the receivers who we thought he likes is his friend, and they admitted it after the game. Deion and Shedeur did. It's one of his friends. He thought he didn't get the ball enough during the game, so he wanted to get him the ball. And Deion's like, I looked at Shedeur and I said, you see that big clock up there with those big numbers? That's everything.
Right.
That means everything. And, and Shedeur was very good about it. He said, look, I'm a fast learner. That won't happen again. And I agree with all that. I'm just saying you kind of start to see where the foundation of what's going on there lies, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. Because that kind of clock management could bite you in the rear end when it's all said and done. But the difference between a Carson Beck and him is that Carson will be playing for something. I'm just saying,
you're right.
Saying, because I'm
Carson
sure
would be in a game of significance.
That's what I'm talking about, right. and he would never do that. I mean, that lets you know the importance of the game or the capacity in which the game is being played. Carson Beck in that situation, he would never do that because the game would be. Or that
Shedeur didn't recognize.
I know
the importance of what was going on at the moment.
But think about just what he said. He said that he was trying to get his friend a pass because who says that? I mean, what's more important, getting him a catch or making sure you win the football game?
Yeah, it's winning the game, obviously. Yeah. Yes, 100%. All right, we'll get more into this and much more in other college games. We need to take a break. We're going to come back with Miami legend and one of Leon's boys, Randall Thrill Hill. He's going to talk a little Canes Gators on the other side. It's XL Primetime.
Cruising with XL Primetime in the First Coast Honda Dealer Studios on 1010 XL.
It's Cliff Averill one more time.
I'm Cliff Averill of the Seattle Seahawks and Clay High School on Jacksonville Sports Radio, 1010 XL.
Cliff Averill has been a machine tonight.
Who has the best lineup this season? Honda. Cars, trucks, SUVs, vans, hybrids, and electric. This is one of the greatest lineups Honda has ever had. And now is the best time to purchase or lease one. Visit your local Honda dealer now. Remember, only a Honda is a Honda.
Hey, sports fans, this is Hayes Carlyon from MyBookie. Oh, Gators, Canes, Georgia, Clemson, LSU, USC, Florida State, Georgia Tech, and, of course, Jaguars, Dolphins. It is here, and are you ready for the ultimate football season? Using MyBookie Sportsbook and Casino platform, you can bet on every game and win anytime, anywhere, straight from your mobile device. No app needed. Just click my link, sign up, and you're ready to rock. When you bet with MyBookie, you're not just watching the games, you're investing in every moment of action. I'll say it from experience, a few bucks on the line can turn any regular game into one of the most exciting of the season because you don't have to bet very much. Don't forget to use promo code 1010XL when signing up to claim a $1,000 bonus on your first deposit. Again, promo code 1010XL. Get that bonus. Don't let that pass you by. Bet anything, anywhere, anytime, only with MyBookie. And don't forget that promo code 1010XL.
Hey Jacksonville, Lauren Brooks here from Helmets and Heels. Are you looking for quality tires that won't break the bank? Big Chief has you covered. Right now they're offering 6-month financing with the CFNA card, plus $50 off your next service. With no interest for 6 months, it's the perfect time to get those new tires. Schedule your appointment today at BigChiefTire.com or call 904-932-0950 to take advantage of this incredible deal. Big Chief Tire keeps Jacks rolling.
I'm here with Clayton Bromberg of Underwoods. Clayton, you have told us about the importance of cutting a diamond properly and about color and weight. But how do you judge the clarity of a diamond?
Frank, that's a good question that has a very specific answer. Diamonds are graded at 10-power magnification using a binocular microscope. But when you're shopping for diamonds, a lot of times a sales clerk will just hand you a magnifying glass called a jeweler's loupe and have you look into the diamond. While an expert knows how to do this, it's kind of tough on a novice because they don't know how to create the same dark field illumination that a binocular microscope gives. As a result, the customer may or may not be able to see anything. That's why at Underwood's we set the clarity grade of a diamond with a binocular microscope. We have these instruments in every store and invite our customers to examine the diamond underneath them. We can show you the microscopic inclusions that affect the rarity and value of a diamond. So if you're shopping for fine quality diamonds and want the facts, come see us at Underwood's.
That's Underwood Jewelers in San Marco, in Avondale, or the shops of Ponte Vedra.
Want a one-stop shop when it comes to commercial or residential construction? Then pick Preferred Builders. They should be high on your list. Over 70 years of construction experience combined with exceptional product and service warranties. They've got a team ready to tackle any size project. In fact, they built their business in Duval by offering superior work at reasonable prices, and reputation over time means something. Honest and knowledgeable, reliable and responsive. Be sure and put Preferred Builders into your game plan for your next construction project. That's Preferred Builders.
Mia O'Brien is going to be the first woman president of the United States of America.
Catch me weekdays from noon to 2 on Helmets and Heels.
And she could run later this year even, and I would vote for her.
All things Mia are driven by Arlington Toyota on 1010XL.
If you're looking for custom metalwork, look no further than Superior Fence and Rail. Whether it's custom railing, shade structures, or custom entry gates, their expert team controls the turnkey process. From CAD design and raw metal to powder-coated finish and expert installation. When you choose Superior Fence and Rail for your custom metal project, you get a project that's, well, superior. So get off the fence and call Superior Fence and Rail today.
AC replacement? If your AC unit is ready to go kaput, then it's time to call Florida Home AC. With over $3,000 in tax credits waiting for you on select systems, take advantage of it. Call 777-4300. Get Florida Home AC to cool you off.
When all you have is a hammer, everything is a nail. I'm Dr. George Bari, and like me, I know you have been bombarded with PRP and stem cell treatments from companies that promise the world and charge prices to match. Or the surgeon that convinced you the only way to treat your injuries through surgery. At Bari Orthopedics, we offer the best PRP treatment on the market with prices that won't cost you an arm and a leg. We also have the expertise to treat your injury surgically if that is what it entails. We can discuss all surgical and non-surgical options with you and make sure you get the best treatment available. Come see me, Dr. George Bari at Bari Orthopedics.
Atlantic Self Storage, the official storage partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Need to make room to watch football in your home or need a place to park your boat or RV? Store it all at Atlantic Self Storage. Over 50 locations in Northeast Florida. 24-hour access, all with month-to-month leases. Moving? They can help with supplies. They make storage easy. Go to AtlanticSelfStorage.com or call 877-WE-STORE to find a storage solution near you. Go Jags!
The saying goes, the grass is greener on the other side. Well, that is actually true if your neighbor installed artificial turf. Lauren Brooks here from my friends at Sunshine Turf, a family-owned local company that will take your backyard dreams and turn them into a reality. Caleb can design anything from putting greens to pet runs, and if you have a pool, you'll definitely love maintenance-free turf around it. Visit sunshineturf.info to get a free quote today. Sunshine Turf. That's sunshineturf.info.
1010XL is presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Now, another great guest on the Garber Auto Mall phone line.
Hello.
We can wiggle it.
Well, you know it's Florida week, so we had to bring some hurricane legends in the house, and no better legend than to bring in. It was a 1987, 1989 two-time national champion, Randall Hill. My brother, how you doing, bro?
What's going on, Leon?
Man,
I'm doing.
Man, you know, it's Florida
hold
week.
on. I gotta say this.
Okay.
So I'm used to hanging out with you, and I spent time with you. But you're on the radio now, trying to sound sophisticated, and I guess because you got a good listening audience. But this is actually, you might as well just go ahead and run for office, bro.
Run for office? No, come on now. Wait a minute. First of all, in your line of business, you should be running for office. Huh?
What line of business are you talking about? I don't exist. I am them. I am they. I'm a figment of your imagination and dismissed as so.
That's what your mouth say. I mean, didn't you run for councilman or something down in Miami?
I ran for Congress. That was back in 2015.
Okay. All right. I know it was something in the politics now. Yeah. I know I mailed in my vote. I know I did that.
Get that vote in. That's right. Get that vote in. Whoever it's for, as long as you vote. That's right.
That's right. So I had to bring you on, man. Absolutely. I mean, listen, we didn't have the opportunity too many times when we played to have Florida week, and we know why, because they took us off the schedule. But this is
absolutely.
Yeah, so when we get the opportunity like this where Miami plays Florida, man, just tell me what this game means to you as far as being the Hurricane.
Well, I mean, so now that I'm on the sidelines and meaning sitting back and watching the game, it means more to the community and as a citizen of the community, and you just want to see Miami come away with the win. It is an interstate rivalry. There's always been, heated battles there or trash talking on the field. So, but coming from the 305 and representing 954 and 561, you always want to see South Florida come away with the win, specifically the Miami Hurricanes.
Speaking with the Canes legend, Randall Thrill Hill. Randall, as a former Cane from the 80s and 90s, a lot of you guys, did you guys kind of feel cheated that you never got to play Florida, that Florida basically ran from you guys?
No, because so when I came in '87, I played against Florida. We beat the hell out of Florida. We beat them like 50-something to 4, and the 4 was because Willis Pegues snapped the ball over our punter's head twice.
Right?
So, yeah, twice. Right. So it is what it is. Some men step up, some men step down, and I guess Florida decided to step down at that particular point because they couldn't handle the heat of South Florida. But that's the political part of it. I don't blame the players, and I'm a little bit more mature now. So I did have one battle against Florida. We beat the hell out of them, and that was it.
Cleo, you want to answer? Okay. So Randall, as far listen, I saw Mario and when I saw Mario about a few months back, and he whispered in my ear and said, "Bro, I'm getting the program back to where it was," and that's far fetched to say to where it was at the capacity in which we played at that particular time. But if we can just have a remnants of what we used to be, come this Saturday, man, I think Florida be in trouble.
Well, so games are won, and you know this. Games are won Monday through Friday. They're not won on Saturday. You got to put in the work. In other words, you got to put in the work, and you have to put in you have to sacrifice. And I don't think some of the nationwide. I don't think that a lot of the athletes now understand the hard work that comes with trying to be the best or wanting to be the best. The drum major instinct, the want, will, and or desire to be the best. Now, I know Mario. You know Mario. He believes in working. He's old school. But if we can get these players, if Mario can get his players to buy into that type of work ethic, that games are won during the week, during practice, I think University of Miami will be a better team. They'll be better prepared. And a lot of these questions that people have about the University of Miami as to what happened to them, when are they going to be back, are they going to ever come back to the national prominence, would be answered if these guys put in the work. I'm not out there every day. I'm too busy trying to save the world one day at a time, kind of like Blade. Even Blade made a return in this last movie with Deadpool. So, but with that, like I said, if they put in the work, then they should be fine.
So, being with the Hurricane Nation, right? Which you guys all bought in. What would satisfy the hunger of a fan, a Hurricane fan, this weekend? Is it a blowout win? Is it a 1-point walk-off field goal win? What would satisfy the thirst of the Hurricane fan this weekend?
Well, okay, so let me explain something to you. So and Leon sat in on some of these meetings, and I hate being that person to say, well, when I was playing, but, that's all I have left when it comes to the University of Miami. So Our very first, so the first game we played, it was against the University of Florida, and we beat the hell out of them. But the second game that we played was very interesting to me because we played against Arkansas. And I remember Dave Campo coming in, and because Jimmy Johnson would let each one of the coaches give a speech about that particular game, going into preparation. And Dave Campo gets up there, and also Butch Davis, and they're talking about, well, you're going into a hostile territory, and you guys are going to love this, and the fans are going to be yelling and spitting on you, and they're going to be, throwing things at you, and this is exactly what we need. And I'm looking around like, okay, these people are crazy. That ain't where I want to be, right? but when a team can go into an opposing lion's den, okay, and make their fans lead the game because their own team is not showing up because you have put them to rest and put them to sleep, that is what is satisfying to me. So, that is what the hunger that Leon may have to see when we say the University of Miami coming back. That it's not just winning a game.
Right.
So you ask me, will you be happy with your University of Miami? No, no. You have to, embarrass. You have to score as many points as you possibly can, which hopefully is over 50. That's my mentality. Sorry, I'm not one of those guys. I'm not one of those guys that, okay, well, here's a participation trophy. Get the hell out of here. You have to embarrass these people.
You have to, you guys want to impose your will on them, Baze, is what you want to do. You want to break them, right?
No, I think I said embarrass. You said break. I said embarrass. I'm not going to mince words. I said embarrass.
So Randall, so then the question obviously is where has that been for 2 decades? And it's not like the players aren't there in South Florida because we see them going to other places like Jerry Jeudy and Amari Cooper and all those and the Boza brothers, and they're all going elsewhere. So
right.
So why has it been gone for 2 decades?
So first, first off, let me say this: it's not necessarily getting these 5-star, 6-star, 10-star, 12-star, 15-star players. Who cares about them? You have to have the right players with the right attitude, the right mentality that will refuse to lose at any cost. Okay? So some of the players that you name, I could care less about. Leon would tell you when you guys go to break, we won with players who were not highly rated. And then I'll even give you an example. So I was a highly rated defensive back. I never played wide receiver until I got to the University of Miami.
Wow.
So this is not about hell. Look at Alonzo Highsmith, the great Alonzo Highsmith. He played defensive line. Nobody knew him as a running back or a fullback. But again, that is the want and will and or desire to be the best. So a lot of these players now, they're too busy thinking about the NIL deals. They're too busy thinking about, well, I'm going to go into the transfer portal. They are lucky that I'm not king of the world because I would have a lot of rules in place that would allow players to have that type of financial stability with the NIL deals. But you know what? You're going to have some responsibility too. For example, if you go to a school like the University of Miami, University of Florida, Florida State, or D1 school, okay, yeah, you get this NIL deal for, let's just say, $1 million. Okay, you get $200,000 of it. Okay, you can't get the rest of it until you graduate. Or if you transfer, you don't get the rest of it at all. There needs to be some types of parameters. So you ask me, where has all this been? Okay, again, a lot of these young individuals and tomorrow's leaders and possibly future Hall of Famers in the NFL. They are, I guess they're still breastfeeding. I don't know. But I'm just not that way. And if you sit down, and I don't know how well you know Leon, and if you talk to Leon, hey, listen, Leon don't know. He doesn't remember. I've had conversations with Leon. I've talked to Leon about his parents, specifically his dad.
Right.
That's one of those guys who I would love to sit down and talk to. These are backgrounds of individuals who set the standard. And I don't know where that is in today's athlete. You still have great athletes. You still have guys who can run fast. They're running faster. They're running better routes. I'm not going to say they're better catching, better receivers, because with the gloves that they wear, you shouldn't drop any damn thing.
Yeah, you're right.
but again, some of these athletes are entitled. Some of them don't work as hard as you got to understand something. Where are these athletes? Okay, well, they're definitely not on the field practicing the way we did, because I know in the off season we practice without a coach, doing 7-on-7, 1-on-1 from 1 o'clock in the afternoon until the sun went down. And we still had the highest graduation rate in the country.
True. You're right.
So, so I can preach if y'all want me to.
So, Randall, we appreciate you. And before we go to break, we got a special guest. Someone just walked in the door and wanted to say hi to you.
Hey, Randall Hill, this is Dave Campo, the guy that got up and said he wanted you to get in there and go after some people in a hostile environment. You know darn good and well you love going in there. And number two, how the heck did I lose you as a DB?
Well, you got to talk to that young man with the straight hair who made that decision and made that call. But again, when you have, and I'm glad that Dave's on, because he will sustain and or sign off on what I'm saying. Practices were extremely tough and downright brutal, so that the games were easy. And this was because of our coaches. This is because of our families. You had coaches, you had former players to say, okay, hey, listen, don't go out there on that damn field and embarrass your family. Don't embarrass your mama. I remember playing against Notre Dame, and Tolbert Bain goes up to Tim Brown and said, man, it's a shame how you embarrassing your mama like this. But that's because, we stuck together. It was the University of Miami against the world. You had your family there. You had, the support of the ghost of hurricanes past. And then, you had the coaches with the know-how. Dave Campbell's on now. Think about it. On that coaching staff, how many coaches went on to become head coaches? That is unheard of. But that's because they taught us exactly what they wanted to teach us, and they knew that we didn't want to embarrass them, we didn't want to embarrass our family, and we definitely didn't want to embarrass the community.
Randall, one more for you.
Yes, sir.
Who's faster, you or Tyreek?
Tyreek, listen, I am
in your
very
heyday.
honest.
In your heyday, not
in my
now.
heyday.
I know you can't run now.
yeah, right. No, Tyreek is definitely faster. Now, looking at him like 55 meters and below, Tyreek, I mean, there's no way in the world. 100 meters, 200 meters, 400 meters. Yeah, that's me all day, every day. Because now you're talking about running against and or with centrifugal force. You're talking about in and out of curves and stuff like that. But that's something that's another subject.
Now, Randall, I appreciate you coming on the show now, and I'm amazed that Randall Hill said somebody could outrun him. So we're gonna leave it at that, man, bro. I appreciate you coming on the show, man. Enjoy the game this weekend and go Canes.
Hey, nice talking to you, Coach, and we'll talk soon. Thanks for having me on, bro.
You got it, baby.
That's Randall Hill.
Thanks, Randall.
The legendary Randall Thrill Hill, Canes legend. All right, we need to go to break here. That was a little long, but it was well worth it. We're going to come back, talk more about this game. Of course, you heard Camps walking in. Our coach is here now. We'll get into a lot more on the other side. It's XL Primetime.
You're riding in the First Coast Honda Dealer Studios. XL Primetime on 1010XL.
Do the Garber wiggle, Garber wiggle, 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 Garber wiggle.
If you're looking for a pre-owned vehicle with lifetime warranty, Garber Auto Mall can wiggle it. Best price, best payment, best trade-in value, Garber Auto Mall can wiggle it. With a huge selection of pre-owned vehicles, Garber Auto Mall can wiggle it. Visit us in Green Cove Springs or at GarberAutomall.com. And remember, at Garber Auto Mall, there is always a little room for wiggle.
Garber wiggle, Garber wiggle, 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 Garber wiggle.
15,000 workers. I'm Brian Rose from Remedy Staffing. We survey 15,000 blue-collar workers each year to better understand what drives quality and dependability in our workforce. The survey shows when looking for a new job, the initial pay rate, job security, and safety while working are the most important factors for hourly workers. If you're an employer and would like to learn more about the voice of the blue-collar worker, please call us at 904-528-1933.
Denny Thompson here. If you want to work with new tech security cameras or home automation, Tyson Sound and Security is a growing company looking for you now. Tyson is now hiring for sales, technician, and administrative positions. You'll start at the industry's most competitive pay, and they will train you. Apply online at TysonSoundandSecurity.com or call 762-1000. Tyson Sound and Security hiring sales, technicians, and administrative. Call 762-1000. Equal opportunity employer.
Meet Cheryl. Hey. She's on vacation and lost in the moment. Unfortunately, so is her Chase debit card.
It's gotta be somewhere.
Maybe she lost it at salsa night.
These skirts should have pockets.
Or maybe she lost it at Pilates.
3 and 2 and...
But she's not worried. With the Chase mobile app, she can lock her card till it turns up. Tools that help protect. One bank that puts you in control. Visit chase.com/checking. Chase, make more of what's yours.
Chase mobile app is available for select mobile devices. Message and data rates may apply. JP Morgan Chase Bank, N.A. member FDIC.
Storms are part of every season. Make sure you're protected. Call American Electrical to make sure you have the best in surge protection. Don't lose your home electronics to a lightning strike. Call 737-7770 for American Electrical.
Attention sports fans, are you ready to take your game to the next level? Look no further than Best Bet. You can bet anywhere, but you'll definitely win here. Experience the thrill of sports like never before. With all the major games broadcasting live on our big screens and a menu stacked with your favorite foods and refreshing drinks, you're sure to find your winning ticket. Visit bestbetjacks.com to learn more. That's bestbetjacks.com. Bet anywhere, win here. Only at Best Bet.
This date in sports history is brought to you by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
On August 30th, 1987, Minnesota Twins center fielder Kirby Puckett goes 6 for 6 with 2 home runs and the Twins' 10-6 win against Milwaukee.
I'm with Greg Mackey from Cycles of Jacksonville, and even though you're the place to go for fun, you're also a place to go for generators. People need generators.
And the Honda lineup is amazing. They make the super quiet model, inverter technology, the electricity's super clean. You can have conversations with them. You can back up your whole house with a Honda generator. So we have them in stock, and we're ready to ride.
So you have generators big enough that could run everything in the house?
Absolutely.
Check it out, Cycles of Jacksonville on Atlantic near Regency for generators.
Hey gang, Hicken here for Zero Res. Man, it is hot outside this time of the year. Many of us are staying inside or going to the pool. Well, my friends at Zero Res are also heating things up. As you know, Zero Res does a great job of cleaning carpets and rugs. But they also clean luxury vinyl planking, tile and grout, fine stone and hardwood floors. And right now, the hottest price of the year, 25% off all hardwood cleaning. That's 25% off tile, LVP, fine stone, and hardwood floors. Zero Res, man, spell it forward. Zero Res, spell it back. It's the right way to clean.
Zero Res.
Cold beer and good grub. That's what you'll get at Taps on 210. Just a great neighborhood feel where friends and family get together. Check out Taps in the Winn-Dixie Plaza, just west of 95 on County Road 210, proudly supporting our 9 After 5 weekly. Head there for a cold one.
Rick Ballou for Carlson Dental. You know, I've been telling you this for quite some time because it's true. I hate going to the dentist, or at least I used to hate going to the dentist. I had total anxiety, and then I tried sedation. Light sedation for cleaning and deep sedation as well for cavities and root canals. Folks, it's an incredible experience. So don't be nervous. Don't be scared. Go to CarlsonDentalGroup.com. That's CarlsonDentalGroup.com for all of your dental needs.
Oh, no. No.
You okay in there?
Toilet's backed up. It won't flush.
Okay, I'll call the pros.
The tank isn't filling. The handle does nothing. Run for your life.
Don't be so dramatic. Duck Duck Rooter will fix it.
For any plumbing issue, call Duck Duck Rooter, your local plumbing professionals and proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. DuckDuckRooter.com.
When you're stuck, call the duck. 904-862-6769.
Bold City Brewery invites you to celebrate Dubs and Duval all season long with a cold pint. Enjoy all their beer, seltzer, ciders by logging on to boldcitybrewery.com. Head to the production house on Roselle Street in Riverside or Bold City downtown and be bold.
This is Dr. Turner Vossler, Assistant Team Physician for your Jacksonville Jaguars. Here's the latest update on the Jaguars, brought to you by Baptist Health and JOI.
The Ravens signed former receiver Devin Duvernay during the offseason to be a versatile tool on offense and as well as special teams. Here's special teams coordinator Heath Farwell on the addition of Duvernay.
I mean, Devin Duvernay's a former All-Pro. Parker's done a fantastic job for us. But Devin Duvernay's, a stud, and he's a great returner from, going back to his Baltimore days, and that's who we'll have back there.
Having a speedster such as Duvernay returning punts will be dangerous, as he racked up 886 punt return yards and 1,811 kick return yards and 2 kick return touchdowns in his 4 seasons with the Ravens. Duvernay is a big add for the special teams unit. I'm Max Fink with your Jacksonville Orthopedic Institute Jaguars update.
XL is presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. It's a big hair, heavy metal Friday on XL Primetime.
Yeah, get your suggestions into RJ to DJ. He'll take care of you and your heavy metal needs and wants. It's XL Primetime. Matt Hayes, Leon Searcy, Dave Campo, Cleo Lemon. Fellas, I don't know about you guys, but that interview with Randall Hill was phenomenal. Okay, that's number one. Number two, and I think everybody, not only in our listening audience, I think everybody in college football who enjoys college football, who watches it, who lives for it every year, they all want to know, like, what the hell happened to Miami over the last 2 decades? And if you listen to Randall Hill, you kind of got an idea of how that thing deteriorated. And Leon has an even better anecdote about the accountability and responsibility of what it was like when he played. Randall talked about, you're going to embarrass your family, and it goes much further than that. Leon's anecdote about what it means to be a Cane is more about what it means when you're late for a meeting, or what it was at the University of Miami.
Well, listen, first of all, Jimmy Johnson gave me half the death when I was a freshman, all right? I remember the first time I came into freshman orientation, he said, all the freshmen, he said, welcome to the University of Miami. He said, if you're not here to win championships, take your ass home. That's what he said. That's the first thing he said, all right? Then he walked out the door. So, I was telling y'all a little tidbit of what happened to me one of my freshman years. We're playing for the national championship, Oklahoma versus Miami, and it's Christmas, right? So it's Christmas, and I'm running late. Jimmy Johnson, before he let us out for the Christmas break, he said, don't be late, no excuses, whatever, right? My plane was late. Okay, so my plane is late. I land, I get in the cab, I get to the University of Miami. I'm looking at my watch. I got like 7 minutes before I'm late, all right? And I'm running a 40. I'm running, bro, I'm telling you, bro, I promise you, I'm running a 40, all right, to the meeting room. And I get to the meeting room, man, I'm sweating, I'm dripping with sweat. And I go, and this guy's outside already, that's late, man. I grab the doorknob, and I twist it. And right immediately I start crying because I thought I was going home.
Tears.
I was crying. I said, man, I'm going home. Jimmy, he already said it. He said, if you don't make it here, he said, it's not going to be good for you. But what we had to do, we had to do hurricane reminders. Hurricane reminders, something that we got up at 5 o'clock in the morning, and we had to do down and backs, 100 yards and back, duck walks, back pedals, touch the line. It was crazy or whatever. But listen, I only did that one hurricane reminder my whole career at Miami. But that's what I remember as far as the one thing Miami's been missing over the last 2 decades is toughness and accountability. And the one thing that I learned at Miami, I tell people all the time, I learned to be great at Miami because the games were easy, because the competition was so steep in practice that you knew every day in practice that you were going up against the best. And they brought out the best in you. And that's why we were able to do what we did back then.
We always say this all the time, guys. You hear players and coaches talk about how, you're steeled. It's iron sharpens iron. But when you're in that hurricane reminder, how long was that hurricane reminder?
I don't know. I blacked out somewhere, bro, somewhere within an hour I blacked out, bro. I was just in motion, bro. I just knew that I couldn't stop moving.
But that idea not only puts the fear of God into you, but it also makes you understand that you guys are all in this thing together.
Yeah.
When you're late, that means everybody's late, right?
Yeah.
So I don't like Mario can't get away with that right now. There's no way he can run guys like that.
No. Listen, the only thing Mario can do is he's got to stress upon the fact that every day you come, and that's what made Miami so great when I was playing is that your scholarship was never safe. All right, every day you competed. Every day you compete, and the depth chart changed probably with every practice. Now there was concrete guys that were there that were stables, but you had guys that if they didn't play well, man, you had a guy behind you that was just as good as you. So I mean, it kept. Listen, I didn't feel safe with my position at Miami till my senior year. And the only reason why I was safe was because they had my name, they had my picture on the poster. So I figured I was safe.
You know, the only thing about Mario, and again, I've watched one game of Miami in person last year, you know, at a reunion. But the one thing I do know about him, when I was coaching at USC and he was coaching at Oregon, his team had toughness. And his team had swagger. And those two things are what we had at the University of Miami, as we've just heard. And so, you know, I have some level of confidence that he can bring that. Now, he can't do some of the things that they did in the old days. It's just a different feel, like we said. But I do believe he has that mentality and the work ethic, just like Randall said.
I mean, if you look at what he did at Oregon when he got there, you know, he got there after there was, you know, Mark Helfrich struggled, and then Willie Taggart gets there, and Willie Taggart's there for a year, and he leaves and goes to Florida State, and they're in kind of a, you know, there's some uncertainty there, and they were never seen as a tough team, as a tough program, and he built them into a physical, you know, aggressive team that could body you, that could run the ball on you, that could play good defense. They won 2 Pac-12 titles. It's not that much different in the ACC. He should be able to get this program where he's got all that talent. And I agree with Randall Hill. It's not always about talent. It's about guys that buy into who you are and what you are. Spurs say all the time, I don't want to beg guys to come play at Florida. I want guys that want to be a Florida Gator. So I get all of that. But we're now in year 3. We're now in year 3 there. And it's got to turn. And it's got to turn tomorrow in Gainesville because they can't go in there and lose that game. We've talked forever about how the pressure's on Florida. There's just as much pressure on Miami. All right, we need to go to break. We're going to come back. We're going to talk to a former Gator. Yeah, we're going to talk to a former Gator. We're going to, you know what? We'll just let you. We'll wait till we announce that, all right? Because we're going to leave. We'll wait till we announce your boy, right? Huh? Let's wait till we announce your boy.
We'll wait.
We'll wait a little bit, all right? Come back on the other side. We're going to talk a little Gators in this rivalry game tomorrow in Gainesville. It's XL Primetime.
XL Primetime's Coach Dave Campo is brought to you by Bold City Heating and Air. Online at boldcityac.com. The First Coast Honda Dealer Studios on 1010XL.
There's more than one way to live forever. Gents, I give you the fountain of youth.
1010XL. Now you can watch 1010XL shows all day on X, Facebook, and YouTube. Brought to you by MyBookie. Experience Vegas from the comfort of your phone anytime, anywhere. Sign up today. Use promo code 1010XL.
Hey, it's Matt Hayes, and the long, lazy, and hot days of summer are in full swing. There's nothing quite like it unless you can enjoy summer worrying that your AC will break down. So do what I did and call the good folks at Fenwick Home Services. Book your tune-up with Fenwick's expert technicians to avoid those costly summer breakdowns. You can trust Fenwick to get your AC running again and get it done right the first time. Day or night, 24/7, Fenwick Home Services is here to keep your family cool and comfortable all year long. Book online at FenwickHomeservices.com.
It's the Labor Day Savings event going on now through Tuesday at Arlington Toyota. That's over 800 new and used in one location. Arlington Pre-Owned even has 125 vehicles under $18K. Plus, with every new and pre-owned purchase from Arlington, you get 60 days to love it or exchange it. 60 days! Worried about financing? There's the Arlington Credit Helper. You even get a complimentary car wash with every service. Arlington Toyota is open on Labor Day. Shop in person or at arlingtontoyota.com.
Southeast Orthopedic Specialists returns with their free bumps and bruises evaluation clinics. Now with 4 locations, these free injury assessments are open to all schools and athletic programs. Saturday mornings from 9 to 10 through October 26th at Cortex Sports Performance in Ponte Vedra, Preferred PT in Fleming Island, and also at Brooks Rehab on Centurion Parkway and Brooks Rehab at World Golf Village.
Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
Mia here. Are you ready for the ultimate college football season? Using MyBookie Sportsbook and Casino platform, you can bet on every game and win anytime, anywhere, straight from your mobile device. No app needed. Just head on over to mybookie.ag, sign up, and you're ready to rock. When you bet with MyBookie, you're not just watching the games, folks. You're investing in every moment of the action. I'll say it from experience. A few bucks on the line can turn any regular game into one of the most exciting of the season. Literally, every catch, every sack, and every touchdown is another way to hit pay dirt using MyBookie. Don't forget to use promo code 1010XL when you sign up in order to claim up to $1,000 on your first deposit. Bet anything, anytime, anywhere, only with MyBookie. And don't forget that promo code 1010XL.
How long would it take to spend the night in every hotel room in Vegas? The answer next.
With hurricane season now here, the only weather you need to be concerned about is whether your homeowner's insurance policy will cover you in the event of storm damage. Ask about Southern Oak Insurance today.
Our family protecting yours. Southern Oak Insurance.
It would take more than 400 years to spend the night in every hotel room in Vegas.
Southern Oak Insurance. Our family protecting yours.
One of college football's most storied programs.
Get the latest from the Tallahassee Tribe on the Seminole Report.
Brought to you by your local Ag Pro, your home team. Stay close to the Seminoles on 1010XL.
Hey everybody, Mike Dempsey here, and let me give it to you straight. Here's what happened. One day at the radio station, a big shout out to Greg, by the way, he tells me about his new weight loss client entering Jacksonville. He knew I'd been griping about my weight and thought it'd be perfect for me. My response, yes, please. So I ended up on a call with Paige, the owner of Awaken 180 Weight Loss. By the end of that call, my only question was, what's the catch? Awaken 180 sounded too good to be true. Eat to lose weight? No meds? No workouts? Really? Paige just smiled through the phone and said, there is no catch, Mike. Awaken 180 works. I was skeptical, but intrigued. But after the first week, I was sold. I dropped 9.5 pounds that week, and 26 pounds later, I reached my goal. The amazing part, and a main reason I chose Awaken 180, the weight has stayed off. If losing weight is your goal, I suggest having the same conversation I had with Awaken 180. Schedule yours today at awaken180weightloss.com.
Expert Automotive is ready to keep you cool this summer. Right now, get an AC inspection or a system cooling checkup. Your choice for only $19.99. Their gift to you this summer is $50 off any service and a free tire rotation with any service. Their ASE certified technicians can keep your car cool without breaking the bank this summer. Call them at 374-3373 to get an appointment today. Expert Automotive. They never sell greed, only what you need.
The flagship station of the Jacksonville Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
Hicken here for Bound 9 Associates, where you'll find Jacksonville's most esteemed eye doctors at each of their locations. After being selected for one of the most competitive ophthalmology fellowships in the world, Dr. Frank Bowden is frequently called upon for his expert opinion. He is currently one of the few cornea and external disease specialists in the area and the founder of Bound 9. Visit Bound 9 Associates today and experience the difference. Bound 9 Associates, keeping the First Coast focused.
Hello, First Coast. I'm sure by now you have seen our bright green GFL trucks and containers throughout the greater Jacksonville area. We're an industry leader in solid waste and would love the opportunity to earn your business. We're committed to customer service, reliability, and have an unwavering focus on safety. Whether commercial or construction, let us haul your waste away. Call 904-760-5880 to get a quote today from GFL, Green for Life.
This is Molly McDonald with your 1010XL Southeast Orthopedic Specialist Local Sports Update. Brought to you by Southern Oak Insurance. The Gators have a storm headed their way as the Miami Hurricanes travel to Gainesville to kick off against the Gators for their season opener tomorrow. Gators head coach Billy Napier spoke on the energy and emotion surrounding the game.
You know, I do think in these types of games, emotion will not be, needed. Energy, we won't be lacking for that. I think the key here is that we execute. I think execution will be key. I think it's important that between now and the game that all of our decisions reflect kind of our vision for who we want to be, what type of outcome that we want Saturday.
Gators and Hurricanes will kick off tomorrow at 3:30. Listen to the game live on 1010XL. It's 91 degrees at 3 o'clock. Time and temp brought to you by Bueller Air and Plumbing. Stay cooler with Bueller.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Now, another great guest on the Garber Auto Mall phone line.
Hello.
We can wiggle it.
All right, so we had a cane, so we got to bring in a gator. Good friend of mine is proof that a cane and a gator can coexist and live amongst each other. My brother. Good friend of mine, Gator legend, Ernie Mills.
Oh, my goodness.
What's going on, E. Mills?
Pretty boy.
How you doing, pretty boy? You all right?
Hey, I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good.
You at the house, man? I got to tell this story real quick now. I remember I went to Ernie's house maybe about 3 years ago. I think we went somewhere to play golf, right? So he cooked, had food and everything right there, and I had a plate of food. The food was delicious. It was immaculate, right? Mm-hmm. But when I got to sit down, it was all gator. And I was asking Ernie, I said, where the hell am I going to sit? He said, oh, man, sit down in the chair. I said, man, I'm not sitting in that gator seat. I said, are you crazy? I ain't sitting in that gator seat. So you know what I did, right, Coach? I stood up and ate my food, Coach.
I tried to give some of that gator hospitality.
He tried, Coach. So, emails, hey, this weekend, we back at it. It's been a long time, man. What you thinking? How you feeling?
Oh, I'm feeling great, man. I'm feeling great. I feel like we got your numbers. I'm feeling great.
Feeling great? You got our number?
Yeah.
Really? Yeah. Based on what? Based on what?
Based on the last time we played, we won.
Oh, here we go. Last time. That's what you're basing on. You talking about the game in Orlando? That's the game you're talking about?
Yeah,
okay.
Exactly.
I give you your flowers on that. But you listen, y'all got a rude awakening coming at 3:30 come tomorrow. I'm just gonna let you know. Hey, listen, you my boy. So, which shoulder do you want to cry on, my left or the right? I have a towel waiting for you.
Won't be no crying. Man.
It won't be no crying. All right.
Y'all coming into the swamp, man. They ain't never played in nothing like that.
Well, listen. Okay. Let me ask you. Give me the swamp. Give me what that environment feels like, because I never had the opportunity to play in.
Oh, okay. Let's see. Let's compare it. It's probably 20 notches above the playing in Kansas City, playing in Buffalo when they had the K gun. It was probably about the biggest, loudest ones in the NFL. When we played together. So it's that notch. It's up there, man. It's loud, man. It's loud. It is super, super loud. They better have their silent count on tomorrow.
So it's not overrated then, Ernie. I mean, the idea of playing there, it's also going to be hot as all get out, and the noise. And we've been talking all week. Cam Ward, he's played in loud environments before. The Washington game, obviously a big loud environment, the Apple Cup, but it's rare. This is rare down in Gainesville in games like this, right?
It's different. It's probably the loudest I played in, and LSU is pretty loud at night. but it's allowed that I played in. None of the pro games was allowed like playing in Florida.
Ernie, this is Dave Campo. Hey, listen, I really enjoyed visiting with you. With the we got a couple of canes in here, but on a serious note, what's the temperature in Florida right now? I'm talking about the team, the organization, the head coach, all that in your mind.
I mean, everyone's optimistic. I think they've had a pretty good camp, and I think Mercer's playing pretty well. Had a good camp, so I think it's everybody thinks just anxious to see what the production has been as far as recruiting. He's been doing a great job of recruiting, so everybody's just anxious to see what the production is going to be on the field.
So you were a Gator great, and you were captain for Steve Spurrier, right, for his first squad, man, and did some great things. So you know how it feels to play for a great coach. How hot would this seat get for Billy Napier, man? If you guys are not able to pull this victory out on Saturday.
I tell you, man, Gator fans are pretty brutal, as you can tell from the last two coaches. So, just say that it will not be hot is an understatement. I mean, I'm pretty sure it will be based off of the expectation of the Gator fans. I mean, it is huge. I've seen the improvements that he's done. They've definitely done a great job recruiting and getting guys out there. So, I'm not big on firing coaches pretty quick, but that says nothing about the Gator fan and the Gator alumni, other alumni and boosters. They see things differently.
Ernie, whether Florida wins or Miami wins or either one of them lose, there's going to be a clear overreaction by the fan base and the public's perception of both teams. So if Billy loses this game and they win 8 games, do you still keep him as your coach?
I would think so, especially if he makes it into the playoffs. I think if he loses this game with the schedule he has ahead and he win the next 8 games, I mean, I think everybody would be pretty happy. I mean, the schedule's pretty tough for us. So I don't think any of the players or coaches are really thinking about down the line. I really believe they are focused on this game. Everything I've heard, everything I hear on the radio, everything that people are here talking, nobody's talking about the schedule. They're just talking about Miami.
Ernie, what are your thoughts on Graham Mertz? You saw him last year. The offense kind of was dink and dunk early, and then as they got used to each other, he started to throw second and third level throws, and he really was playing well before he got hurt. Do you see him taking like another big step this year?
I'm looking forward to it. I thought he played pretty decent, especially as a passer. I thought he did some really good things. I will say I was shocked. I didn't know what he was like, especially coming from Wisconsin, which is a heavily running team. So when I got a chance to see him throw the ball, I thought he was pretty sharp throwing the ball, and especially before he got injured. So hopefully, I know another year on his belt in the same system will help him a lot. So I'm looking forward to seeing what he's going to do.
If you've been watching them, how would you rate their receiver core?
Young. I think it's a very young receiver core with a lot of talent, good speed and quickness. I just think I know they got a really good receiver coach. So I'm hoping that they step up. I know they got some experience last year by playing. It's very similar to our defense last year. We played a lot of young guys.
Right.
And we played some young guys as receivers last year. I know Pearsall was the first-round pick, but the other guys got a lot of action.
Give me a prediction. Is this a shootout? Is this a defensive game? Is it going to be a special teams return that's going to set the standard and change the momentum? Like, what do you see this game? How do you see this game playing out?
Well, this game is very emotional. A lot of these guys know each other. And with those kind of emotions, you're gonna have some highs, some lows, some back and forth. I really believe it's going to come down in the fourth quarter, and the guys who make as Coach Campo knows, the guys who make the least amount of mistakes going to be the one that come out in victory. But I do know, I believe you're going to have a few plays by the Gators just based off of the crowd and that nature. I really do believe it makes a difference in this type of game, especially the first game of the year. Everybody's not polished. You're going to see a lot of mistakes out there. And the home game does give you an advantage.
Man, you politicking, man. Give me a score, man. I'm gonna give you a score. I'm gonna give you a score. I'm gonna give you a score right now. 33-14, Miami.
Ooh.
Oh no. We might have to go to a wing spot for that.
What you want? What you want? Make a lie on yourself. What you want? What you want to wager?
We get a wing.
All right.
It's all about Debo.
All right. Okay, I got you. We got some wings on it.
Yeah.
All day.
Right. I'll come to Jacksonville to collect.
Come on. Hey, come on, for real. Come on up.
I think it's gonna be close. I'll say 31-28.
Ooh. Okay.
Man, y'all ain't scoring no 31 points. I don't know what you're talking about.
I like 31 points.
All right.
Big play.
All right.
Well,
you definitely need to come up then tomorrow for sure. You gonna come?
Huh?
Come on up.
Not tomorrow. I'm gonna be in Gainesville. I'm gonna be in Gainesville, tailgating, RV in it, like we did when you took me to one of them hurricane games. I don't know who they played there.
I know, man. You stayed on the bus, man.
I stayed on the bus. I wasn't going in there.
You ain't right, man. You ain't right, bro. Hey, E. Mills, man. Hey, man, I appreciate you coming on the show today, man. And I can't wish you luck, bro. You my boy. I love you, 100 grand and all. I'm just gonna say, enjoy the show.
Hey, it's orange and blue.
No.
You know what I mean? It ain't that other.
Okay,
we got the real orange over here.
We gotta go now. Pray the boy. Appreciate you coming on, bro.
Thanks a lot, Ernie.
Thank you, man.
Coach Campo, good talking to you.
Yeah, same.
All right, that's Ernie Mills, former Florida legend. By the way, if you're playing your Madden game and you're going through passing and you see the Mills play, that's the Ernie Mills.
Mm-hmm.
That's the Spurrier Mills play that everybody uses now, college and the NFL. 50 years from now, they'll still be using the play called the Mills play, which is
me with the Cowboys.
Post.
Did you know that?
You guys called it too?
No, he was with me at that time. Yeah, good young man.
Yeah. It's wait, let's not bury the lead here real quick. 33-14.
Yeah.
So you weren't just busting him a little bit. You really think it's going to be 33-14 Canes?
Yeah. Listen, I think they're going to dominate them. I think they're going to do what they're supposed to do.
So let's hang on. So let's recap real quick. 2 weeks ago, you went from I'm just on the sidewalk looking in the window. I'm not buying in.
I'm window shopping. Yes, I'm window.
Right.
Yeah.
And now you're
all in.
Now you're a 19-point win on the road in the swamp.
I'm in the store. I'm buying everything.
Louis Vuitton. It sounds like.
I got the black card out and I'm spending.
Bro, what happened to you? Seriously.
Huh?
What happened to you? What made you think all of a sudden 19-point win?
Listen, I've been cautious all the last couple of weeks, not wanting to say how I really felt. Just worried about the game. But if I got to be a Cane and be like that, then I don't want to be a Cane.
There you go.
Listen, I'm used to walking in games, walking on field saying it's done. And I'm hoping that this team with Mario, with the talent that you even said it, they got all kinds of talent.
They're loaded.
So when you know you good and you got to go be great. Go be great. That's right. Go be great.
When did you start feeling it? Let me ask you that.
Monday.
You start feeling the blowout.
Game week.
It's game week.
Game week.
That's right, Cleo. It's game week.
I was in the gym. I did a couple of extra curls.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying? I was just getting that feel for it, bro. And now we're what 24 hours away, bro. We're literally about a little more than 24 hours.
This time tomorrow they'll already kicked it, man.
Absolutely. So
you'll already be into your first. There's 7-0 Canes probably by this time, right?
Hopefully.
If not 10 or 14-0.
Let's do it.
With your 33-14 game.
Yeah, that's my kind of party.
You realize you threw a big number out there, right?
Yeah, I did.
Stand on business.
I'm going to stand on it, too.
You realize Monday could be a very bad day for you.
Bring it. No, it could be a very good day for
It could be a very good day,
Absolutely,
too. You're
yeah.
exactly right. All right, we need to go to break. We're going to come back and talk some Jags. We're going to talk about what it's like the week before the first game this season. What happens? What kind of tune-up do you do? What do you do if you're a player? Are you relaxing this weekend, watching a little ball like everybody else? We'll get into all that on the other side. It's XL Primetime.
Buckle up. You're in the First Coast Honda Dealer Studios with XL Primetime on 1010XL. Find your new Honda at your 8 local Honda dealers. Rick Ballou, the truth teller.
You're popular with the public, but I don't have to tell you, I don't have a lot of friends in high places.
Rick Ballou takes you into the night.
Means I got to do a little acting. I'm cool with that.
No acting. Weeknights on 1010XL.
Looking for a new vehicle? Take a look at Jenkins Hyundai of Jacksonville. Now's the time to save big this summer. Choose from more than 250 new and over 1,000 used and certified pre-owned vehicles on the lot, or shop anytime at JenkinsHyundaiofJacksonville.com. Hyundai has one of the top warranties in the business. Lifetime powertrain and a 5-year bumper-to-bumper warranty, plus 3 years free maintenance on a new vehicle. Give us the opportunity to earn your business today. Atlantic Boulevard, Jacksonville, or visit JenkinsHyundaiofJacksonville.com. Welcome to the family.
This is Josh Woolsey with Woolsey Morecambe. Woolsey Morecambe is your MVP in the legal game. Our team of skilled attorneys tackle personal injury cases with compassion and expertise. With fumbles like a car or truck accident, we're here to seek the compensation you deserve. Right here in Jacksonville, we've successfully won over $100 million and earned a championship-worthy record. When it's game time, you want a team that plays to win. Contact Woolsey Morecambe at 1-800-WOOLSEY. Offices, Jacksonville.
When you're shopping for insurance, you might say, "What? Huh?"
I'm so over this.
But what you really need to say is something that could actually help.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
When you get a local State Farm agent, they can help make it easy and help you choose the coverage you need. Plus, they're available online, over the phone, or even in person.
I'm so into this.
Call State Farm agent Jason Judy, 416-1732.
David Ammon here with Zero Res. So Ammon, your mom mentioned it's been a year since we did a complete house cleaning. The kitchen tile and living room floors are looking pretty dingy. It's time to call Zero Res.
That's right. Most folks know that Zero Res does an amazing job at cleaning their carpets and rugs, but they don't know that Zero Res can clean their tile and grout, LVP, and wood floors.
And right now, Zero Res is offering 25% off all hard floor cleaning. Zero Res,
spelled forward or backwards, it's the right way to clean.
C-E-R-O, Zero Res.
Get this thing unwrapped here.
Praz, what in the world are you doing working on your Duval?
That's right, man. I really identify with Duval.
You live in St. Johns County, knucklehead.
I mean the Duval sub, the Dailies Dash Duval. Turkey, ham, melted cheddar, and habanero jack cheeses. Lettuce, tomato, crispy and fresh, you know, like me. I'm sure there's a Dailies Dash sub that sums you up.
The boss.
Because, of course.
Oven roasted beef, Munster cheese, roasted mushrooms, caramelized onions. It's the boss of all subs. Only available for me.
That's just not true.
What do you mean? I walked in the other day, screamed, "You know it!" and said, "A boss for a boss."
Well, no matter who you are, there is a Dailies Dash sandwich or sub for you.
Go find yours. They may even make you a boss.
I'm sure they will, because it is Dailies Dash.
Where more is better.
And you got that right.
This is Keith Scott with Veterans Wholesale Cabinets. We are Northeast Florida's cabinet experts and your best option to elevate your home improvement project for both homeowners and contractors, and attention to detail to every project. VeteransWholesaleCabinets.com.
All right, here we go.
Former Jaguars QB David Garrard joins Jaguars today to talk Jags.
All right, guys.
Mondays on 1010XL.
Let's go, Googans. Let's go, Googans.
Brought to you by WaterboyJax.com.
What is that?
Googan Nation, it's Dreamfinders Danny Hicken here to tell you this is no dream. The folks at Dreamfinders Homes right now have an unbeatable interest rate for you. You may not think you can afford a Dreamfinders home. Well, think again. Take advantage of a 2.99% year one rate. I said it, 2.99%. 15 Jacksonville communities to choose from. Find that dream house and take advantage of an unbeatable rate. Move now, literally. Dreamfinders Homes, the official home builder of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
This is 1010XL's Dylan Denmark. They call me Pockets on the radio, but for my floral needs, I only call Kuhn Flowers. Never take chances when using a full arrangement. Always use the best in the business, Hewn Flowers. Hewn Flowers.
Certainly facing challenging economic times. I can't speak for all of us, but for me, comforting to know my money is in good hands with ITP Partners. Ticket here for ITP Partners. Jacksonville guys taking care of my Jacksonville money. I'll admit it, I don't understand a ton about the economy. Higher interest rates, 401ks, but I do know as I move closer to retirement, I continue to watch my money grow. Thanks to Chris Bryan, Jeff Hartman, Reagan Wright, Dan Abel, and Reed Wingate. Get in the game, guys. ITP Partners, always there to help. For more info, Chris at ITPPartners.com or call 904-312-9751.
Lauren Brooks here. Circa Resort and Casino has an incredible all-in package for Duval in December. For only $500 tax and resort fee included, get a 3-night stay at Circa, $200 food and beverage credit, plus a day bed at Stadium Swim. With 6 temperature-controlled pools and a massive screen, it's the world's largest hot tub party. Join us Heels Friday night for a Jacksonville pep rally with specials and giveaways. To book the Jacksonville game day getaway and join the Heels in Vegas, visit circalasvegas.com today.
911, what's your emergency?
Help, we don't have air conditioning.
Ma'am, 911 is for emergencies only.
Well, my husband's trying to stuff himself in the refrigerator.
I see. Well, maybe you should call Duck Duck Air Conditioning.
To get him out of the fridge?
To get a new AC system.
Beat the Florida heat with Duck Duck Air Conditioning. Jacksonville area's AC experts. For service, repairs to new installations, trust the Duck. DuckDuckAC.com.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
It's a Florida Home AC Friday on XL Primetime. Hit the text line with some cool rock requests.
It's a big hair, heavy metal Friday on XL Primetime.
All right, it's hour number 2 on XLP. We've been going hard and heavy on the Canes and the Gaines. The Canes and the Gators and other college football news. We'll get deep into it a little more, too. 6 to 7, the college football kickoff show. Tonight, the season opener. With me and JJ LaSelva running the show. Fellas, I want to move to the Jaguars and the off week. I guess we call this an off week. It's the end of the preseason, and you have the one bye week that everybody gets before the season begins. As a player, Leon, what's that week like? Is it a lot about just healing and mentally preparing, or are you already in game mode mentally?
No, you don't want to be in game mode. I mean, mentally, you absolutely. You take. I don't know if they still do this because everything is so technology and everything. But I used to take home extra tape and watch my opponent, who I had to go up against, what kind of defenses they run, what kind of fronts they are. And then I would pick up on little tidbits on the defensive tackle, the defensive end, with the linebacker, if he's cheating, what he's doing this and what front stance. So yeah, I mean, you mentally you're in game mode preparation wise. You want to get your extra. You want to come in early and get, even if you're not hurt, you still want to get treatment. You know what I'm saying? When I say treatment, cold tub, warm tub. Get you some ice on the knees, shoulders, all that kind of stuff.
Make sure you're ready to go.
Make sure you're ready to go. Get your workout in, get your run in. I mean, because you're grown men. If you have to be told to do this kind of stuff, then you're in the wrong business. I never had a coach that had to tell me, hey, Leon, you got to come here and lift. You got to come here and watch film. You're a professional. You're a professional. The only way you're going to stand this league long is that you got to be a professional. And a professional is about taking care of your business. So a week before the season start, you're putting yourself in preparedness for what's going to be a very, very long season.
And so, and as a coach, Dave, how much do you think they've already been preparing for the Dolphins? Obviously, they are now, but prior, was there stuff were they doing some install on the Dolphins during the final preseason? Do you think, or how much further back into the preseason are they already working on Dolphin stuff?
Well, the coaches have been working on it right along. I mean, they first of all, they put together a plan back before they went on vacation. Okay, the coaching staff, and it's kind of a preliminary. Here's what we've seen. We've watched every game. We've done all those things. Those were done back in the spring. So they're looking at film, doing all those things, and the players obviously can take home film and all that kind of stuff. But really, it's like a bye week this week, and it's like the week before you go to the Super Bowl for teams that go to the Super Bowl, because you don't go to the venue until the final week. This week, to me, is about them continuing to work on themselves. Whatever they didn't do well, they're only probably going to practice a couple times, I would think, this week. Okay, so maybe if they practice 3 times, maybe they go 2 practices where all they're doing is working on themselves. Here's what we didn't do well. Here's what we've got to get better at to make sure the continuity is there. You know, one of the things, I loved what Nielsen did defensively. Offensively, they were the continuity was there all the way through. They didn't do too much putting guys in different positions, this and that, other than the receivers. That's, they moved them around with each unit and all that. But the defense, I mean, they had guys rotating in and out, different positions. They had 4 guys playing nickel. They did all these things. Well, somewhere along the line, the team that's going to play against the Miami Dolphins has got to be together. Well, that's what starts this week. In other words, the guys that are out there this week are practicing together, but you're still working fundamentals and all the things getting ready. And then maybe with the last practice, they'll start putting the scout teams out there and getting ready for the Dolphins. But the game week doesn't start till next week. And then you're all Dolphins.
What do you remember most about it, Cleo, as a former player?
I would say, honestly, for someone like Leon, who's a veteran, he's getting prepared and ready mentally to go. And I think for, a guy like Brian Thomas, right, we'll take him, for example, a rookie, first game week, right? This piggyback off what you were saying, Coach, about the scout team. Now we want to give him and those younger guys those looks and get them in a position to learn how to prepare, right? How the veterans are. For a quarterback, everything is mental, right? You're going through specific plays because during training camp, it's more of a general install. Now when we get into the season, now that's when all the creativity happens, right? The new plays, red zone, situational football. We're talking about third down packaging, short yardage and goal line, red zone. So that's when everything starts breaking down. Getting prepared for the game and for that preparation for a quarterback is very important, especially get these young guys on the same page as the veterans. We got to get them up to speed as fast as possible.
So what do you think Trevor's doing right now in this off week?
He's in all his rookies' ear. He's giving them that support, giving them that confidence, throwing some extra balls after practice, right? Looking at certain routes that he likes in certain situations, how he wants him to run it, how he wants that ball to be positioned and where he wants it. So I think it's more, into the details of the execution now.
So how long does it take for a quarterback to get that? We always talk about, they know where each other is and they have this simpatico. How long does that take, you think, for a quarterback and a rookie wide receiver?
It's going to take some reps, some game time reps. You can get all the reps in practice you want to, but once you're going against that all-pro corner, right, that they're telling you, hey, look, this guy has a no-throw zone, right? We're not going to attack him immediately. So that has to be something that has to be reinforced not only in the film room but on the field, and that takes time.
Yeah, I mean, as far as the offensive line, what I love to do, well, first of all, that's when I always talk about young guys when they come into the NFL. It's important that they have mentors. Right. So when I came to the Steelers, I was taught how to be a professional, by Tunch Ilkin. Tunch Ilkin took me under his wings. He taught me how to be a professional. And the one thing we always did as the offensive line, we did situational football. So we put ourselves in different situations to where we got to get this short yardage, or we got to get this goal line, or we got to execute this twist or this scheme or this dogs. So our offensive line coach will put us in the worst case scenarios and see how we would come out of it. Twists, games, stunt dogs, slants, angles, and all that kind of stuff, whether we had to run or pass. And I think that's good because everything when you line is the defense is chaos. All right, especially when they're coming at the offensive line, they're trying to get you off your spot. So it was always good for me that I had offensive line coaches that put us in situations to see how we fought our way out of it, because never was you going to see a set defenses. Defenses were designed to cause disruption And it was all I always appreciated my offensive line coach putting us in hard situations, see how we fought our way out of it. Because in game time situations, you got to be prepared for it.
So as a head coach, how do you attack this week? And how do you attack, you're close now. Monday is game week. The season begins, Yep. How do you attack this week and now, which is, I guess is going to be, they're probably off Saturday and Sunday, right? Would you imagine?
I would think so, to be honest with you. They have actually one extra day than the normal because, for example, if it's a normal week, Monday is just get the game out that you just played out.
Right.
Look at the film, do the whole thing.
So this is a bonus.
Well, they've got an extra practice this week, which is Monday. So they probably had Saturday, Sunday off. They come in Monday. It's game plan week. Now, going off of what Cleo said and Leon, this past week in walkthroughs now, they're working off cards. In other words, they are working on Miami from that part of it. But the practice itself is about what he's talking about. Make sure when they throw a dig route to Thomas that he's where he's supposed to be when the ball's delivered and stuff like that. So, but this Monday they're working on Miami, and then Tuesday they're off. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, just a normal game week situation. I don't know when they work on their red zone. We always worked on red zone short yardage on Thursday, the short yardage on Friday. And then Saturday's getting prepared, just putting the different units out there to make sure guys are in. When they call a kickoff team, they all run out there or whatever. Somebody's hurt, get on in there. Who's going in next? All the things to prepare for the game itself.
So you're 6 weeks into this thing now, and you as a coach, and I'm sure you kind of feel like you've got it covered. If you're Doug Peterson, being the former NFL coach that you are, what's keeping you up at night right now?
Oh, shoot. You never know what's going to happen in the first game. The first game, you've been watching these guys. You've been watching Miami for a year. Since they had the schedule come out.
Right.
You have no idea that on 3rd down and 3, they're going to be in that defense. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, you've got to prepare yourself, your team, to be able to handle those situations. And the first game, my first game as a head coach, I hate to even admit it, but Philadelphia came out and kicked an onside kick on the first play of the game in Dallas Stadium and recovered it.
Wow.
And that was the start of a downfall. So, that in that game, but overall a downfall as well. But in reality, that's what is keeping you up at night. You don't know what's going to happen in that first game.
That's an interesting thing. You bring up a good point because, you don't know what the Dolphins are going to do, but at the same time, they have no idea what this defense is going to look like with Ryan Nielsen.
No, they don't. Right.
So that's an advantage to the Jaguars, isn't it not?
Absolutely. They're in the same boat as we are, to be honest with you. And the other thing that's probably concerning their team more than ours, they've got some guys banged up that are critical players for them. Chubb is not going to play.
Right.
And I don't know what Phillips is doing. I don't know if he's going to play or not, but guys have rushed the passer. So there's concerns on those head coaches' part, I guarantee you.
All right, we need to go to break. We'll come back and wrap this show up. It's XL Primetime.
Cruising with XL Primetime in the First Coast Honda Dealer Studios on 1010XL.
Imagine driving a late model Corvette, BMW, Mercedes, Lexus, Honda, Chevy, Ford, and more, all at a fraction of the original sticker price. Visit Vaughn Motor Group's indoor showroom and browse a great selection of dream cars that are inspected with warranties. Before you make your next auto purchase, check out Vaughn Motor Group on San Jose Boulevard or at vaughnmotorgroup.com for a complete inventory listing. If you can dream it, you can drive it at Vaughn Motor Group.
Jags fans, a new Everbank Performance account could be your ticket to London this October. Through the Everbank London Getaway, one lucky winner and a guest will receive round-trip airfare, hotel accommodations, and a pair of tickets to see the Jags play in London. To learn more and for official rules, visit everbank.com/London. No person necessary to enter or win. Open to legal residents of 50 United States and D.C. 18 or older. Entry period for the Everbank London Getaway Suites is from 8/5/24 to 9/5/24. To enter and for official rules, alternate method of entry, prize description, odds of winning, and other details, visit everbank.com/London. Sponsor and administrator, Everbank N.A.
This is Richard Miller with your Showtime Sports Cards and Collectibles update. The regular season is so close, and at Showtime, we have a full rack of autographed NFL jerseys. Jags ones of Baselli, Tank Bigsby, Trevor Lawrence, and legends like Joe Montana. Chad Road and Phillips Highway. It's Showtime, Sports Cards and Collectibles. Update your collection.
Hi, I'm Frank Frangie, and I've depended on South State for my banking needs as long as they've been serving Duval. Whether you're saving for retirement, purchasing a home, starting a business, your goals are their commitment. With forward-thinking, personalized banking solutions and best-in-class service, South State is ready to help you navigate your financial journey. Connect at southstatebank.com or drop by any of the 5 local South State offices. South State Bank, member FDIC. Equal housing lender.
Here's Ben and John Lupo, owners of Beards Diamonds.
What's funny, my dad has sold people engagement rings, and now I'm selling their kids engagement rings and anniversary gifts and birthday gifts.
We're blessed with the relationships we've built over the years.
Check out our full inventory at beardsdiamonds.com.
Beards Diamonds in the St. John's Town Center.
If you're from the South, you know all about fried green tomatoes and BLTs, so put some South in your mouth and get to Bono's to try the fried green tomatoes appetizer served with Reggie Ranch and one-of-a-kind Bono's BLT with smoked brisket, lettuce, and fried green tomatoes, served with one southern side. Frank Frangie here, and I'm telling you, I love fried green tomatoes, and this sandwich is out of sight. So head to your local Bono's today. The fried green tomatoes appetizer and BLT is a summer sensation. And remember, if you don't see a pit, it ain't legit.
This Date in Sports History is brought to you by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
On August 30th, 1987, Minnesota Twins center fielder Kirby Puckett goes 6 for 6 with 2 home runs in the Twins' 10-6 win against Milwaukee.
Hey, Jacksonville, I'm sure by now you've seen our bright green GFL trucks and containers throughout the greater Jacksonville area. We are an industry leader in solid waste and would love the opportunity to earn your business. We are committed to customer service, reliability, and have unwavering focus on safety. Whether commercial or construction, let us haul your waste away. Call 904-760-5880 to get a quote today. GFL, green for life.
Hicken here for Bound 9 Associates, where you'll find Jacksonville's most esteemed eye doctors at each of their locations. After being selected for one of the most competitive ophthalmology fellowships in the world, Dr. Frank Bowden is frequently called upon for his expert opinion. He is currently one of the few cornea and external disease specialists in the area and the founder of Bound 9. Visit Bound 9 Associates today and experience the difference. Bound 9 Associates, keeping the First Coast focused.
Hey folks, Rick Ballou here for John's Auto. They've been a staple in Jacksonville going all the way back to 1985. At John's Auto, they service all makes, all models, cars, trucks, diesel, you name it, they do it. Whether it's routine maintenance or a complete engine overhaul. Call John's Auto on Arlington Road. That's 904-743-3857 or go to johnsautomotivejacks.com.
Yo, if you've been following me on my bookie, you will know that I'm hitting for straight cash, homie. It's your boy E.T. And are you ready for the ultimate college football season? Using my bookie's sportsbook and casino platform, you can bet on every game and win anytime, anywhere, straight from your mobile device. No app necessary. Just click on the link, sign up, and you're ready to rock. Did you know that the average college football game runs about 180 plays? Every catch, sack, and touchdown is another way to hit that straight cash, homie, using my bookie. And when you bet with my bookie, you're not just watching the games, you're investing in every moment of the action. And I'm speaking from experience. A few bucks on the line can turn any regular game into one of the most exciting games of the season. So make sure you head over to my bookie. And don't forget to use promo code TintinXL when signing up to claim that $1,000 bonus on the first deposit. Bet anything, anytime, anywhere with my bookie. Come on, somebody.
Jimerson Burr is a full-service, Florida-based commercial law firm that has experience and capabilities to handle any legal issue a business is confronted with. Learn more about what they can do for you at jimersonfirm.com.
This is Dr. James Perry, Assistant Team Physician for your Jacksonville Jaguars. Here's the latest update on the Jaguars, brought to you by Baptist Health and JOI.
General Manager Trent Baalke is feeling very confident in his pass rush after making his 53-man roster official. Injuries are bound to happen, and Baalke feels good about the depth pieces he has.
No, we feel good about the group. Again, we've got 3 guys that have played a lot of football. There's always a chance for injury, and I don't care how many guys you have. Guys go down, the next man's got to come up, but we feel good about that rotation. We got some guys on the inside that can flex outside, so there's some flexibility with the way the roster was constructed.
An additional bonus is the versatility defensive coordinator Ryan Nielsen's coaching style is. He has many players rotating and playing more than one position. I'm Max Fink with your Jacksonville Orthopedic Institute Jaguars update.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Now, the Cool Down with Donovan Air Electric and Plumbing. Keeping Jack's cool since 1987.
Well, my takeaway is I'm all in with my Canes. All right.
I mean, obviously,
I'm all in, man. I'm not walking gently through the night. I'm saying what I'm saying. They're gonna win. They're gonna win convincingly. They're gonna win honorably, and they're gonna make me proud to be a Cane. That's right. That's right.
Yeah. Listen, my takeaway is I am so excited. You can't believe how excited I am because number one, I get to watch the Canes, and number two, I get to watch the Jags go down to Miami and kick some tail.
All right.
My takeaway, Leon, I want to get in on some of the wings, man. I want some of that bet.
You want some of this?
I want some of that, man. I like the.
Yeah, be careful what you ask for now.
I like them spicy Koreans from Wingstop, man. I want a 10-piece.
All right. Well, no, you gonna owe me. You taking the Gators?
I take them.
You taking them?
I take a friendly bet.
Okay.
I take them.
Sound good to me.
That's my takeaway.
My takeaway is, in the words of the great sage here to my right, same thing make you laugh, make you cry.
I ain't worried. Matt Hayes. Listen, being the Cane is about being confident. And I know when you talk to JJ, JJ's nervous. Listen, I can tell you right now,
He's really
JJ
nervous.
probably does not have any nails right now because I know he's biting.
Yep.
He's a little nervous.
Yeah.
Listen, when I was a Cane, I don't get nervous, bro. These games, these are the games that you went to the University of Miami for. These games right
See, I'm
here.
glad you said that because I wanted to ask you about that too. Is as a player, both you and Cleo both, is these big games, these big game atmospheres, especially so you've been in this because you were on a team that waited 9 months before you played a bitter rival to begin the season.
Mm-hmm.
And that was a number one. It was 1 versus 2, was it not?
When
you played Florida State.
Yeah, in 91.
It was 1 versus 2.
1
right?
versus 2, yeah.
So you waited 9 months to play that game, and there was all that build up to that game, and everybody was talking about that game in February, just like they were talking about this game in February. And we've waited 9 months for this thing now, and you're telling me there's no butterflies at all when you get out on that field?
No, it's no butterflies. Here, a game of this magnitude, you can tell who the lead singers are and who are the backup singers.
Right.
For real, because there's some guys who relish in the spotlight. Yeah. There's some guys that the bigger the game, the bigger the opportunity, the bigger the plays I'm going to make. All right. So I mean, if you went to Florida, or you went to Miami, this is the reason why you came to these schools because you want the spotlight on you, and you get the opportunity for everybody to watch to see how great you are. That's what it's all about. This is no time to shudder with fear. No.
It's an opportunity.
It's an opportunity to be great. Anytime you get an opportunity to be great, man, you got to relish at it, man. I mean, I tell people all the time when I was at Miami, I came so many big games we played in. Yeah, and it just became second nature to me. The bigger the game, the bigger the stage, the bigger I played. Yeah. But you know, so if you're a Florida Gator player or you're a Miami Hurricane player, man, you should embrace this.
Absolutely.
Embrace it.
Cleo, what about you? What was some of the big college games you played in?
I would let me just say this to Leon's point as well. I know the NIL money is nice and big, but this is when you get that NFL draft spot
right
in these games
like this, yeah.
Because you're going to go against that type of talent to where you know that guy across from you is probably going to be a top 10 pick or first round, second round, however he's going to get evaluated as. If I go out there and I play one of my best games, that's how I secure my future. So that's what we go to college for. We go to college to secure a future. That's what this game is. It defines your season. It puts you on the right path for a national championship and also to really succeed. And pretty much, all the dreams that you want are sitting right here in front of you. Take advantage of it. And then let the chips fall where they may.
So as a coach, Dave, in these type games, at some point you have to give in to the reality of players win games.
Yeah,
and there's only so much you can do, right?
Right.
How difficult is that for you to let go of that, though?
Well, when you say that, yes, it is players that win games. It's guys on the field. But a lot of it, you're counting on the fact that you can help them during the ball game.
Right.
Now, you prepare, and then most of it is on them. But you look forward to being able to help them during the course of that ball game. The adjustments and whatever from there. Now, I'll be honest with you. As a head coach, I wasn't really that nervous in games. But as a defensive backfield coach, I was scared to death going into every game because all it took was one guy slipping and falling and a guy catching a big catch, and you lose a football game. Now, as a D-line coach, you figure they pop a run or something, somebody's going to make the tackle, no big deal. In the secondary, if they hit one, it's over. So I'm all for Leon and Cleo and talking about, this is a big game. I relish this and all that. I agree with that. But, there's some butterflies running around in the coaches.
Really?
Unless you feel like you're going into a game and you're a heck of a lot better than the team you're playing against.
That's another thing, too, is as a coach, if you're better than the other guy, right?
Yeah, well,
Billy Napier or Mario both know whatever they think, if they are better or they aren't better than the other guy. They know it right now, right?
Well, but I'm telling you, just like Leon said, if you're a Gator, you're a Gator. If you're a Cane, you're a Cane. You go into the football game, you know how you match up against the other team, but you don't know how the game's going to turn out. So you got to go in confident that we're going to win this football game no matter what. I was 5-11, and I thought we were going to win every game. Now, I knew that there were teams we played where they were going to be better than we were, but I also know that it comes down to 4 or 5 plays in every game that make the difference between winning and losing, unless you're just, you're 1-15 and the team you're playing is 15-1.
So you don't think, and I'm just as an example, I'm not saying this, I'm just as an example, you don't think Billy Napier is sitting up thinking, I don't know if we can block them?
I think you go into every game as a head coach. You walk into every game with a game plan of what you're going to say at the end of the game to the team if you win, and what you're going to say to the guys if you lose.
Right.
So from that standpoint, you have an idea how big that losing speech is going into certain ball games, if that answers the question.
And I would say, too, to that point, you might feel like, we might not be able to block them in certain instances. But that's why you put together the game plan.
Right, how do we adjust, right? Yeah.
Because there are some things within that plan that you feel confident in, right? So I might be able to get it out on the edge, right? I might be able to get
scheme
some
and a run.
screens. Yeah.
Scheme and a run against guys that you are more physical you are than on the other side of the ball.
And I think being an offensive coordinator, I think when you put together that plan and you see it execute and you see it all come together, that's the beautiful thing about football and being able to be creative and come up with this game plan. It just comes together and everybody gets to witness it on national television.
I will say this. Both these teams want to run the ball. Both of them do.
Yeah.
And we talk about the quarterbacks and the fact that they're going to throw it all over the place. Both of them want to run the ball. They want to be physical. As a defensive coach, is there anything worse than a team that can run the ball on you?
No.
And that just can absolutely run whatever they want?
No. Because to me, as a defensive coach, that's the key to the football game is if they can run the ball on you and you get balance, offense, run and pass, I don't know what you call, really. You got to control one aspect of the game have a chance to win, and the biggest one is the run, because the run sets up the big plays, and the big plays win on Sunday.
And plus if you're an offensive lineman and you're imposing your will on the defensive lineman, and they're getting tired, that's when we talk the most smack.
Yeah, exactly.
It is.
Because, these defensive tackles, they start patting their heads and wanting to come out. And I used to say, you tired, bro? Go get you a little bit of something, bro. Yeah, man, for real. If you can run the ball and you can impose your will on the defense, there's nothing more demoralizing to any defense is that when they say we're going to run and they run the ball.
Especially in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
In the fourth quarter. We won a lot of games in Dallas now, guys. Our best receiver was Michael Irvin. He wasn't anywhere near the fastest guy on the planet. We won a lot of games wearing guys down with that front and winning in the fourth quarter with being able to control the football in the fourth quarter.
Mm-hmm.
Now, that's nerve-wracking for a coach because the games are usually pretty close. There weren't a lot of blowouts even then.
Mm-hmm.
It was because we were able to impose the will on the other team.
Yeah, I mean it's not just the Florida-Miami game. The Clemson-Georgia game also. They want to run the ball. Both those teams do.
Yeah, Fred Taylor and Maurice Jones-Drew when I was here at Jacksonville.
Mm-hmm.
Garrard was good, Leftwich was good, but the game was won. And Jimmy Smith obviously was good when I was here, but they controlled the game with the running game, and that's how you win the majority of games.
I mean, it's very clear it's a vertical game now in football, but even all the way down to the high school level.
Right.
But at the end of the day, if you can run the ball, and Michigan showed this last year, if you can punish guys by running the ball and then throw accurately on play action, which they did with J.J. McCarthy, you can't beat that.
Yeah,
you can't stop that.
That's when the big plays occur.
Right.
Just lining up and drop back every play. You're not going to have defenses are too good right now, as far as the speed and that kind of thing. You've got to set it up with something to get the big plays.
All right. We got somebody who I know is a big play. He's a big play walking, actually.
Now, the 2-minute drill, brought to you by Injury Care Centers, the exclusive provider of BioTarget regenerative therapy for pain. Visit GoBioTarget.com for a location near you.
How about the Searcy prediction, Ace Carline? Did you hear it?
I did. Look, I mean, Miami has what? I'd say 5 first-rounders, maybe the most talented team they've had since 2001. I mean, Florida will be lucky if there's not a running clock in the fourth quarter. I mean, I just hope, Florida can hang within 35. So, I mean, it's this Miami team. I mean, I don't see a weakness.
33-14, he said.
Look, I mean, I don't think anything can be taken off the table.
I don't either. I mean,
first off, Florida's been terrible. Miami's been terrible. So it's hard to know what to expect. I mean, now maybe now in terms of them both being terrible in past years, maybe now Miami's great and Florida's still terrible. Well, if that's the case, it could be a rout, even though Florida's at home. And vice versa. If Miami has assembled all this talent, but they haven't gelled, and they're on the road, and Florida has gelled. Florida, I mean, I don't think any result would be like, oh my gosh, I just never saw that coming, because both programs have shown they can melt down at any moment.
Yeah.
So it's not like these are two good teams, and you really, it's strength versus strength. This is two complete unknowns. So I don't think you have any idea what you can really expect. So, I mean, Miami in a rout, I think, is on the table. I think Florida in a rout could be on the table. I think Florida wins very, very close game, but only because they're at home. But yeah, I mean, who knows? Because these two teams have been wildly unpredictable and wildly inconsistent. Other than that, though,
Searcy gave you a dirty look. When you said Florida rout,
how do you really feel?
I saw the look on his face when you said Florida rout.
I mean, but I can't wait. I mean, we're 24 hours from right now, we'll at least have some early vibes on how it's going. We'll probably have a touchdown on the board on one side or another.
Well, the way Leon's talking, it's probably 20-0 Canes.
Well, it could be. I was in the swamp the day that Ed Reed and all those guys went in there and put 42-16 up on
that wasn't good
Zook and the Gators. So it can absolutely happen. I mean, that's the thing. you can't be, if Billy Napier's team plays like crap, how could you possibly be surprised by that based on what you've seen?
I would.
And the same thing with Miami. If Miami has a bunch of snafus and blunders, could you be really surprised by that?
Nope.
Based on the history? So who knows what we're going to see?
All right, what do you guys got coming up in the
Oh,
front?
man. We are going to break down Gators and Canes. It is going to be a lot of fun. We've got Pete Prisco's going to join us at 5 to talk all things NFL, so that'll be fun. So we'll do a lot of NFL with Pete at 5. We'll do our picks for the first time, so that'll be exciting. But, yeah, a lot of college football coming up on the Frangie Show.
All right, Frangie Show
guys.
from 4 to 6 on the FM. Blue, his show, 4 to 6 on the AM. After that, 6 to 7, the first college football kickoff show of the season with me and JJ LaSelva. For Leon Searcy, for Joe Campo, for Cleo Lemon, for Joe Cowart, doing a little PJ work. We'll see y'all. Have a great weekend. Be safe. Drink a lot. Eat a lot. Be safe and be happy.
Come on, Joe.